So, guys, what's going on? So, this is an article from the Wall Street Journal. This was the Wal-Mart CEO that came out the other day, and he's saying AI is going to change every job from top to bottom. And what he meant by that is, from what I'm reading in this article, is not only are you going to have AI, which is already kind of doing the hiring when you send a resume in, and the AI kind of scans the resume to see if it, fits the job or not. AI is also going to be doing some of the physical type jobs, the stocking of shelves, the cleaning, the warehouse, things of that nature. So from this article, and there's a couple of other articles that are written off of this, AI is going to be covering, 90% of your jobs, according to the CEO of Walmart. His name is, I think, Doug McMillon. And what that is you kind of already see it, right? You apply for a job and AI is looking over your resume. Soon the AI will probably fire you as well as hire you. They'll have some sort of performance review on you. You kind of see that there are like AI robots. I think Amazon's been using them that are like stocking their shelves. I think they're packing orders. You're going to have probably, you already have them, driverless, cars and trucks. You already have deliveries that are being done by AI, right? You have drones and cars that are driving deliveries in some states as far as food delivery goes. A lot of the accounting work and I guess the bookkeeping type of work that could be done by AI right now. You're just putting numbers in, what's selling, what's not, how much money came in, how much money went out, and you're gonna have a AI type of accountant. So that's coming soon if it's not already here. Really, what's gonna wind up happening is you're gonna have like a store, whether it's Walmart or not, and I would say the majority of the store is gonna be probably a bunch of, AI robots, maybe, I don't know. And then maybe you'll have like one or two or three, I guess, real people, human beings there to, I guess, just make sure everything is running right. You'll probably have like a real person in case of, a customer wants to talk to someone or make a complaint or, just deal with somebody that's real. You'll have, some guy come out of the back, like a human. But for the most part, from what this article is saying and just everything else I'm reading, most of these places are going to be just run by, AI, robots, whatever you want to call it. And they don't really need that many human workers. There are a few test fast food stores, and you can see these videos if you search. I think Taco Bell is one. I think McDonald's might be another. But I've seen the video where the whole restaurant is basically, I guess, an AI restaurant, or it's not run by humans. You pull up, you put your credit card in, you tap on the screen what you want. It's somehow made or put together in the back, and in the back it's all, everything is kind of already set up, and the robot or whatever it is puts this food together and it sends it out to you. So fast food restaurants, you'll have probably more of them than not that will probably be run by AI. From what this guy's saying, the job from start to finish will be AI. Like I said, from you getting hired to, if you get, like, my thing is if you're getting hired, I'm not sure what you're getting hired for if a lot of this stuff is already being run by AI. If they don't need cashiers and they don't need, and this is in the future, so this isn't right away. This is where they see things are going. So I would say you're about 4 to 5 years out, maybe 10 tops, if things are going, they keep going the way they're going. I don't know. Think about what a store may look like 5 years from now or 10 years from now. I mean, you think you would need cashiers? Do you think you need somebody to clean the floors? Do you think you need somebody to stock? Not really. I mean, those type of jobs, they have kind of robots that can do it now. And what will, how will that look 10 years from now as technology gets better? I think you may have a couple of people or, real humans in a store, just to basically watch over everything. If somebody needs to talk to someone in the store, there'll always be something where you're going to have some sort of human intervention that can kind of maybe, figure it out or talk to a customer or something like that. But for the most part, if you're just going in there, you're buying, you're coming out, you don't need really too much, human interaction. I mean, the most interaction you may get from a human in a store is maybe asking them where something is or checking out. But for the most part, you don't even need that. If you need to know where something is, you can probably go to a screen, or you can go to an AI and say, where's the shampoo? Where's the deodorant? It would tell you. Cashier, same thing. You could probably either do self-checkout or they'll have some sort of AI to check it out. And that's really it. So that's what this guy is saying, things he feels that they're heading that way. I could see it. I see things already like that. I was in a fast food the other day. Was it McDonald's? What was it? And it was one of them, Bojangles, something like that. Anyway, I went into this fast food place. There's no more counter person. Like when you walked into McDonald's and there would be a line of people and you walk up and there's just screens, big screens, and it's a touch screen and you put your order in and then you pay, and then it gives you an order. It spits out a receipt and it gives you your order number 56. The human contact came, like 5 minutes later with somebody. I ordered my food through the screen and then somebody yelled out, 356, and you showed them, the receipt, and she gave you the food. That was it. But pretty soon, we'll probably have whatever's making the food in AI, and then the food will just either open up or shoot down a chute, or who knows, that's going to be your thing. That's really going to be it. And it'll be loaded up, whatever it's got to be loaded up with. And I'm using fast food right now as an example. I'll have all its burgers and bread and French fries, and I guess when things are getting low, it'll alert, we're low on burgers, we're low on, bread, we're low on French fries, or whatever it is. And, either a human will place that order to order more stuff, or the AI itself will make the order to order more stuff. And really that all you don't need a human. The AI could say, look, we need more hamburgers, and that can go to another warehouse where there's, frozen hamburgers from McDonald's, and that could be put in some sort of driverless truck that would drive it over. And, eventually the whole thing could be automated. You see it happening, like I said, now. So I really don't know exactly how deep it will get where, almost anything could be done by a robot or an AI as these AIs and these robots become more sophisticated, more intelligent. I was watching a video the other day where they had an AI barber robot where you could see it on YouTube. There was a guy just sitting in a chair, and it was just it almost looked, if you remember, like a Flowbee type of thing. It was just a robot that had just, the whole, it just, grabs your hair and it did whatever it did. I don't know if it was like a vacuum or it had something to do with scissors. Anyway, the guy's hair was cut perfect, and it was a robot that did it. And it just kind of went around his head, and it knew exactly how much to cut and how to, deal with the hair. And that was a barber, a barber robot. So you could see that. So all these things, I think, in the next 5 or 10 years, as robots become more sophisticated, they're more human-like, they're able to do the same movements with the hands and the arms and things like that, and they really, I don't think there's a job that they really probably couldn't do. There may be some things, but this CEO of Walmart is basically saying he sees that every job is basically going to change. I guess you're always going to need people to program and maybe write the code or whatever these things need or take. But eventually, right now you have AI that writes code and writes programs. You can go to AI and ask it to write you a code for something or write you some sort of program. You could put old code in and ask you to, and it'll modify the code. I mean, right now AI can already do code, really. So I'm not really sure where else it goes. But it's interesting to read, and you kind of see things going that way. In Japan, from what I'm reading, they are making AI and like these robots to help people because they have an aging population. And the AIs are actually, or whatever these robots are actually made to take care of people, like a nurse. Picture like you have an AI robot, but it's like a doctor or a nurse, like an aide, and that's what's living in with you in your house, and it takes care of you. And I guess you could say, get me a blanket, get me a thing of water, check my blood pressure, and that's what it is. It's like a companion, and it's a medical. It's able to perform medical functions. I think that's amazing. I think that's interesting. I'm just wondering, if nobody has a job and nobody can work, who's paying for this robot? Because I would love to have that. Where I am, if you gave me one of these AI robots and was able to do my laundry and clean my dishes and take care of me and get me a glass of water and make me a cup of coffee and take my blood pressure and all that type of stuff, that would be absolutely amazing. Japan is working on that. I also believe China is working on something like that. So that to me is positive. I mean, anything is positive. I guess the big thing is, if you have robots that were doing and running anything, then there's no reason for anyone to work, right? And it's just, how do you make a living? Unless the government is just going to be like, you know what, we have robots, they're taking care of everything, we really don't need humans to do anything anymore. I guess it's sit home and the government will send you a check. I don't know. But what I'm seeing is these robots are doing a lot. This AI is doing a lot. It's doing it, and it's doing it fast. It's moving very quick. And I think, it could be a good thing. I guess, people want to work, you need jobs. So if it somehow could work with people working and getting jobs, I guess that's a positive thing. And, we'll go from there. So if you know anything more about this, please leave a comment below. I'd love to read your comment. I hope everyone's doing well, and hope everyone's staying safe. And, like I said, leave a comment below. I love to read things. I love to go back and forth with you. And that's it. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.